Hello and welcome to Cascade High School in Clayton, Indiana. My name is Lec Zorn and I'll be bringing you all the action as your Cascade Cadets challenge the Edgewood Mustangs in a boys-girls basketball doubleheader. Later on tonight, the 2 and 3 boys will play their toughest opponent of the season so far, the number 10 ranked team in Class 3A, who enters the game with a record of 3-0. But first up is the girls' game, in which Cascade will go for its third consecutive victory since that 0-6 start. The Lady Cadets are coming off a sharply mixed performance on Tuesday night against the Class 3A Cardinal Ritter Lady Raiders, in which Cascade played an outstanding quarter in the second quarter before nearly giving the game up with an epic second half collapse, but still hung on for a 42-39 victory. Now, so far this season, Cascade does not have a player averaging in double figures, but Carly Gibbs, a 5'10 junior, comes close with 9 points plus 4.5 rebounds and 1.7 steals a game. She scored a career-high 20 against Danville back in Game 5. 5'8 junior Bella Mahan averages 7 points a game and has hit 14 successful three-point field goals, including 8 in the last 2 games. And in addition, Hallie Cansdale has been a strong inside presence with 9 points and a team-high 7.5 rebounds per game, while 5'6 sophomore Emma Parsons averages 6.3 points and a team-high 1.8 steals per game, and 5'5 sophomore Juliana Schmidt averages 3.8 points and is second on the team with 4.7 rebounds per game. Head coach for Cascade is David Carpenter, who's 47 and 34 in his 4th season with the Lady Cadets. Head coach for Edgewood is Kurt Simich, who's 2-8 in his 1st season with the Lady Mustangs. So anyway, this is a game that normally would be, a toss-up. These two teams have been very competitive against each other in recent years. Cascade has won 3 of the last 4 meetings, although 2 of the 3 wins were decided by 10 points or less. So now the jump, and it is controlled there by Edgewood. So Edgewood enters the game, like I was starting to say, Edgewood, this has been a very competitive series in recent years, and Edgewood has done very well in basketball in this decade, winning 3 sectionals, the most recent in 2016, but now the Lady Mustangs are in rebuilding mode in the 1st season under head coach Kurt Simich, and they enter this game with a record of only 2-8. They have only 2 seniors on the roster, as does Cascade. So a non-shooting foul on Carly Gibbs, and nearly a steal there, and a drive to the basket, no good. Hallie Cansdale, the rebound, gives it up to Emma Parsons. So no score 30 seconds into this game. This is our second boys-girls varsity doubleheader of the season. First one last Saturday was a clean sweep over Brown County. Not likely we'll get a clean sweep tonight. The girls will likely win. The boys will likely lose. And there's a bad pass there by Juliana Schmidt, resulting in a turnover. Ball handling is something that nearly cost us the game against Cardinal Ritter. Now a 3-pointer there, no good. However, Edgewood controls the rebound, puts it up, no good, and Hallie comes away with the rebound. That's her second of the game already. Hallie was a major inside force in that win over Cardinal Ritter. And now a drive to the basket is up and good there. That was Carly Gibbs. And I'm going to say something about her at the first dead ball. And now a steal there by Gibbs. So gives it up to Emma. And so it's Cascade with an early 2-0 lead and the ball. Drives into the lane, puts it up. She hit and almost hit it. I almost had a chance for a 3-point play, but anyway. And now that's Emma's first free throw, no good, and we got to hit our free throws. The foul, by the way, coming against Carly Sherfield. She is a 5'5 freshman, one of 4 freshmen on the Edgewood roster. They actually have 4 freshmen, only 2 seniors. So Emma hits the second one. So it's a 3-0 Cascade lead. 6:20 to go here in the first quarter. And now fake on the 3, drive to the basket, puts it up off the glass, and hits it there. That was Taylor Minnick. And it's a 3-2 Cascade lead here. So Carly Gibbs with the ball, and it's a ball's tipped. Emma Parsons, however, saves it. Ball handling nearly cost us that game against Cardinal Ritter. We did hang on for the win, but, still obviously have a lot of things to. And now the ball's stolen away there by Kaylee Meyer of Edgewood, who brings it down. Takes it down to the corner. The double team there. Now she pitches it over, and now a near steal there. And now a long jump shot just inside the three-point lane, and Hallie gets her third rebound here in the first 3 minutes. Hallie is 2 inches than anybody Edgewood has. She was 3 inches than anybody Cardinal Ritter had, and used that size to her advantage. She was a dominating force inside. So now now it's stolen there. Brings it down, guarded by Gibbs, and puts it up and in. So Taylor Minnick has all 4 Edgewood points, and it's a 4-3 Edgewood lead with 4:53 to go. And now a near steal again there, so we've got to be careful. We're not being careful with the ball. So now Carly Gibbs to inbound. Nearly halfway through this first quarter, Cascade trailing 4-3. Gives it into Emma in the backcourt. She brings it across midcourt. Gives it over to Juliana Schmidt. Now over to Gibbs at the left perimeter. She takes it inside passes. It looks like she was trying to, feed somebody for the field goal, but there's apparently some miscommunication. It goes out of bounds to Cardinal Ritter, so that's another turnover. Turnover is already hurting us. Though we're only down by 1, so we got, certainly no time to panic, but we do have obviously things that we need to polish up already. And that was Allie Spear there for Edgewood. So after Cascade scored the first 3 points, Edgewood has answered by scoring the next 6. And now Parsons over to Schmidt at the right perimeter. Schmidt takes it herself, puts it up, and she hits it. Juliana Schmidt with her first points of the game, and that cuts the lead to 1. 6-5 Edgewood. And now a drive to the basket, some blown coverage. However, her layup is no good, and we got a jump ball. Possession arrow favors Cascade. No, there's a foul against Edgewood. Okay, good. That goes against Trista Helms. She's a 5'9" freshman. So not only are there 4 freshmen on the Edgewood roster, but, they're actually getting a lot of playing time. And now the inbound pass to Juliana Schmidt tipped out of bounds to Edgewood. So now Sherfield with the ball. Now inside, and that's stolen there by Gibbs. And then saved there by Emma. So Emma Parsons with the ball over to Gibbs. And now into a wide open Hallie Cansdale, and she lays it in with her first points. So already 4 Lady Cadets have scored, and it's a 7-6 lead. Bella Mahan, the only starter who has not scored yet. Now, and she blocks a 3-point attempt there by Kaylee Meyer, but I think they're going to get her for the block. She fouled out of the game on Friday. We've got to make sure she doesn't get in foul trouble today. That's her first. She had 2 fouls in the first quarter, then came out. Second quarter, nailed 3 successful 3-point field goals, but then she fouled out early in the fourth quarter, and we missed her down the stretch. First free throw, no good there by Kaylee Meyer, one of only 2 seniors on this team. Second one is good. She's the third Lady Mustang to score. That ties it at 7. And now Mahan coming out even with only 1 foul. Dixie Short coming in. She hit an important 3-pointer. She's one of only 2 seniors we have. She had an important 3-pointer in that win on Tuesday night. And third free throw no good, so only one of 3 free throws goes, and we are tied at 7. So now Emma, and now Edgewood playing relentless defense. Now over to Schmidt, she drives to the baseline, brings it back out, gives it to Emma. Spins around, still dribbles. 2:42 to go, and now we've got, what was that? I didn't see the call here. So apparently there was no foul. I guess it was just a double dribble or travel. So now some good defense on the inside by Cascade. And now battle for the loose ball, and Cascade gets it. Let's see, was there a foul first? Okay, a foul against Edgewood. That's Janelle Pace, a 5'7" senior. So it's largely the freshmen and seniors who are playing in this game for the Mustangs. Both of these teams with 2 wins on the season, although Cascade clearly enters the game with momentum, having won 2 in a row after that 0-6 start. And now a three-pointer there by Short, no good. However, Schmidt gets the rebound, puts it up, and it is knocked out of bounds to Cascade with 2:02 to go here in the first quarter. Game tied at 7. This should be a Lady Cadets victory. They had a few ball handling struggles here in the early going. And now inside to Cansdale, takes it to the basket, puts it up off the glass. She hits it, and we go back up ahead. So Hallie Cansdale with 4 points tonight. She had a game-high 15 Tuesday in the big win over Cardinal Ritter, and it's a 9-7 lead. 1:50 to go here in the first quarter at Clayton. 9th game of the season for the Lady Cadets. It will be the 6th game of the season for the boys team later tonight. 2-3 zone by Cascade. And now sloppy pass nearly stolen, but Lady Mustangs maintain control with 1:26 to go here in the first quarter, trailing by 2. Now a free throw line jumper, no good. Gives the rebound, gives it up to Parsons. And she gets a pass midcourt. Switches directions a few times, now over to Schmidt. Now she drives, finds Hallie inside, and she puts it in. So Hallie Cansdale with a game-high 6, and we go up by 4. We're on an 8-1 run now, since Edgewood had it, had the 6-3 lead. So 2-possession lead, and now putting it up, trying to draw some contact, but doesn't get it. That was Taylor Minnick there. And now a three-pointer, no good. And Edgewood controls the rebound. They fight over the loose ball, however, Short gets it. She tries to get it away to a Cascade player. She does, and we got a jump ball possession. Arrow favors Cascade with 27.8 seconds remaining in the quarter. So Cascade starting to settle down after the shaky start with the ball handling. And now a three-pointer is good. Bella Mahan, that's her 9th in the last 3 games. Now all 5 Lady Cadets have scored here in the first quarter, and it's a 14-7 run. She hit 5 against Brown County, 3 against Cardinal Ritter, now has 1 tonight, 15 on the season. And now turnaround, short jump shot, no good. Gives the rebound, and that's it. So your Cascade Cadets start shaky but finish strong, and after 1 quarter of play here tonight in the first game of our doubleheader, they lead the Edgewood Lady Mustangs by a score of 14-7 on audiosportsonline.com. We'll be back after these words from our sponsors. The Cascade High School Athletic Department simply would not be able to operate without the financial support of our business partners. We would like to recognize and thank them for their generosity. The official health provider to the Cadets, Hendricks Regional Health, Diamond Partners, Bestway Drywall, and North Salem State Bank, Platinum Partners, Allen Irrigation Company, CJ's Pizza, Dunn Insurance Agency, Jill, Andy, and Bell's ExpertRealtors.net, Global Construction Management, Silver Partners Electric Plus, Bassett Services Heating and Cooling, and Clean Sensation Auto Detail, and bronze partner Endeavor Communications. Thank you, business partners. Your support of the student athletes of Cascade High School is greatly appreciated. Well, back here at Clayton, we're about to start the second quarter of the first game of our boys-girls doubleheader, with your Cascade Lady Cadets leading the Edgewood Lady Mustangs by a score of 14-7. It's a game in which Cascade started off with a 3-0 lead. Then, after a few turnovers, Edgewood got the next 6 points of the game, but Cascade closed out the quarter on an 11-1 run, led by 6 points from Hallie Cansdale. So we're now doubling up the Lady Mustangs. This should be an easy win for Cascade, but you gotta play your A game all 32 minutes. And now a baseline jumper is good there by Kaylee Meyer with her first point. No, I'm sorry, she had a free throw earlier. That's her first field goal, however. 14-9 your score. And now we've got, I think there's going to be a foul away from the ball. That's going to be on Sherfield. That is her her second, team fourth. 2 fouls by comparison on Cascade. So now Parsons with the ball over to Schmidt. And Scott Stevens, the fine athletic director here at Cascade, just came and, patted me on the arm and gave me the thumbs up sign or something like that. So it's always good to see him, and I appreciate, the graciousness that the entire staff here at Cascade has shown me over my 3 seasons of commentating here. Hopefully the 3 of several dozen more. And now inside to Bella Mahan. Takes it behind the 3-point. And now they got her for a double dribble violation. Or a palming violation. And so now 7:09 to go. Edgewood with the ball and a 5-point deficit here. And now we got a whistle here as Sherfields drove the baseline. That's going to be on Parsons. Okay, it's going to be on Parsons. Now Gibbs coming in for Short. Dixie Short, one of only 2 seniors. Taylor Mays being the other. Neither plays a lot. But Short did have a couple of good moments the other night against Cardinal Ritter that helped us to preserve that win when we were threatening to give it up. She had a 3-pointer, and then she had a free throw down the stretch that ended up being very important. And now they've got a charge here against Edgewood. That's on Meyer, her first, team 5th. So with 6:48 to go, Cascade only needs 2 more fouls against Edgewood to get into the bonus. Yeah, in the last minute and a half, and now Hallie Cansdale with the ball. But in the last minute and a half, and now Carly gets it, sorry. And now a left-handed hook by Carly, no good. It is knocked out of bounds to Edgewood. But in the last minute and a half, after Cardinal Ritter had cut the lead from 8-3 in quick succession following 3 consecutive turnovers by Cascade, Schmidt, Short, and Gibbs each went to the free throw line. Each went 1 of 2, and while I wish they would have all gotten 2 for 2, at least those free throws made it a multiple possession game and gave us, and now a miscommunication there and a pass thrown out of bounds to Cascade with 6:12 to go here in the second quarter. Cascade with a 5-point lead and the ball. And now we've got a timeout by Edgewood. Okay, I want to right now while I have a moment. I would like to give a big apology to Carly Gibbs because I criticized her very harshly late in the Cardinal Ritter game when she on an inbounds pass threw it out of bounds. And when I watched the replay of the game, I noticed that she was trying to communicate with another player who ended up running in the opposite direction. So it might not have been Carly's fault. So I do apologize for that. I was just very tense, very much on the edge. And, I get into the game so much because I'm such a big fan of Cascade, even more so than of my alma mater, Madison, and now Carly travels there. But, yeah, I was just so much on the edge, and I should have, paid, I should not have rushed to conclusions, without having the benefit of looking at the replay. So I do apologize to Carly, and I hope she will accept my apology. And she certainly has done a lot of great things for this team, and I think she's going to be one of our 2 or 3 biggest players this season and next season, and, has a good chance to help lead us to our first sectional championship since 2007. So, Carly, I love you, and, nobody's perfect, not on the floor, not in the broadcast booth, but, we all just have to keep on learning from our mistakes and doing the best we can. As Hallie puts in another one, and she has 8. I like what that young lady is doing. So hopefully Carly will keep on improving as a player, and I'll keep on improving as a commentator. And together, they'll play that. She'll help play some great games for this team, and I'll commentate some great games for this team. And so anyway, that being said, now Cascade now leading by 7. Edgewood doing a lot of passing. Cascade playing tough defense. Now a long 3 there is good. She swished it. That was Meyer, who has a team high 6. And now on the other end, Carly Gibbs drives to the basket, and we got a whistle here. 16-12 your score, and now we have a timeout with 4:37 to go. But I'll tell you, that game against Cardinal Ritter, I left with a lot of mixed feelings. Obviously, more positive than negative, because we did go in against a team I didn't think we had a very good chance to beat, and we did get the win. When we played a superior second quarter. Our first and third quarters, were shaky, and then our fourth quarter was pretty bad. And, obviously, it's a lot more fun to work on polishing your rough edges. It's a lot more fun to polish your rough edges after a win than after a loss. But, still, make no mistake about it. I mean, while I was wrong in, lashing out at Carly the way I did, I still stand, 100% by my comments overall about Cascade's ball handling late in that game. It was very bad, and it is something that we, hopefully have worked on. Hopefully we've had 2 consecutive days of working on it in practice with a lot of success. And now Carly steals, drives one-on-one to the basket, puts it up. No good. Gets her own rebound, however, puts it up, and she's fouled. Yes. So Carly Gibbs will go to the free throw line. And now Carly doing a good job disrupting the other team's ball handling. That foul is going on Meyer. And Carly hits the first. She has 3 now. And prior to that free throw, Hallie had exactly half of our points, 8 of the 16. Now it's 8 of the 17. As Carly's second free throw is up and good. All right, she hit them both. I want us to start getting in the habit of making both free throws. Cascade only a 45% free throw shooting team on the season, and that can cost us a lot of games. Teams realize that if they foul our players, chances are, when we go to the line, we're going to miss at least one of the 2. And now air ball, Juliana the rebound, pitches down court, miscommunication, however, it goes out of bounds to Edgewood with 3:42 to go here in the second quarter. Cascade with a 17-12 lead. Edgewood briefly had a 6-3 lead before Cascade finished out the first quarter on an 11-1 run. And now a steal there by Juliana Schmidt. Pitches down court to Bella Mahan. Takes it out. It's a 3-pointer. No good. It was a little bit forced, but Juliana gets the rebound, puts it up, and draws the foul. Now, hopefully, she'll send a message by hitting both of these. Nevertheless, it's been a balanced effort. All 5 Cascade scorers All 5 Cascade starters scored in the first quarter. She missed it after a couple of bounces. Now, Hallie and Emma already standing in the backcourt. It's a good way to preserve Hallie, so she doesn't have to do trying to cut down on her running. And Juliana hits the second one, so it's an 18-12 Cascade lead now. And now jumper just inside the free throw lane, no good. Rebounded by Schmidt, and we got a whistle here. Did it hit the line? Yeah, apparently it hit the line. So Edgewood retains possession here. And now inside turnaround hook shot, and they fouled Trista Helms, a freshman, the tallest player on the team at 5'9". So only a freshman, she could be growing quite a bit. First free throw is good. Helms with her first points of the game. Cutting the lead to 5. Edgewood hanging in there. She missed that one, and Carly the rebound. And now Carly hits driving Juliana. The ball's knocked away. Bella gets it, pitches over to Emma, drives into the lane, puts it up. No good. And it's rebounded there. Apparently she stepped on the line. So nice save attempt there by Mallory Love. And but she doesn't quite get it, and it's Cascade ball. So now inside to Carly, drives to the basket, puts it up off the glass. She hits it, and she's fouled. Yes. So Carly Gibbs with a chance for a three-point play. She had 20 back against. She had 20 against Danville 4 games ago, a career high. Since then, it's cooled down a little bit offensively with 6, 7, and 10 the last 3 games, but hopefully she'll get double figures tonight. She has 6 now with a chance to make it 7 here in the first half. And she hit it. So Carly with 7 now. 1 behind Hallie Cansdale with 8 for the team lead. And now drive to the basket, puts it off the glass, no good. Cansdale the rebound, gives it up to Parsons. And now inside Cansdale, she puts it off the glass and in. So Hallie Cansdale, the first double-figure scorer of the game. And Cascade now starting to take control. They've opened up a 10-0 lead. Scored, and now a three-pointer, no good, and it's out of bounds to Cascade. So the Lady Cadets with 1:53 to go here in the first half, showing signs of getting a good grip on this one. They lead by 10 now. So now it's a foul there on, and now Cascade is in the bonus, so Emma Parsons will go to the free throw line. No good. Still not happy with their free throw shooting tonight. That is something that needs improvement. But we do have and now we've got, I think they're going to get Juliana for a reach in. Only the 5th foul against Cascade, however. And thankfully only one against Bella Mahan. She's one player we need to keep in the game. Now a three-pointer, no, just inside the line. And it's a long rebound. Edgewood gets it. Now drive to the basket, puts it up, no good. However, a rebound by Helms, and she lays it in. So Helms has 3 points now, with 1:11 to go in the first half here at Clayton. Don't forget the boys' game against Edgewood coming up right after this. The second of our 5 doubleheaders this season. And now a drive to Emma, and she puts it up and in. So Emma Parsons with her first field goal, and that pushes the lead back up to 10. 47 seconds to go in the half now. Cascade 25, Edgewood 15. So Helms gets at the free throw line, pitches out. Baseline jumper is no good, and Emma comes with the rebound, gives it up to Juliana. She brings it past midcourt. So now, Gibbs with the ball, 11 seconds to go. Now over to Schmidt, 8 seconds. Over to, and now they got it, and now they got Parsons for a travel there. So with 5.8 seconds to go in the first half, Cascade with a 10-point lead. Minnick now inbounds, way over across court, and now Edgewood not showing a lot of urgency, and that they get a shot near half court, and it's almost goes just a little bit too far to the right. Nevertheless, Cascade with a very good first half. They lead the Edgewood Lady Mustangs by a score of 25-15 here on audiosportsonline.com in the first game of our boys-girls doubleheader. We'll be back with a recap after these words from our sponsors. The Cascade High School Athletic Department simply would not be able to operate without the financial support of our business partners. We would like to recognize and thank them for their generosity. The official health provider to the cadets, Hendricks Regional Health, Diamond Partners, Best Way Drywall, and North Salem State Bank. Platinum Partners, Allen Irrigation Company, CJ's Pizza, Dunn Insurance Agency, Jill and Ian Bell's ExpertRealtors.net, and Global Construction Management. Silver Partners, Electric Plus, Bassett Services Heating and Cooling, and Clean Sensation Auto Detail, and Bronze Partner Endeavor Communications. Thank you, business partners. Your support of the student athletes of Cascade High School is greatly appreciated. Well, back here at Clayton, we're at halftime in the first half of our boys-girls varsity basketball doubleheader, with your Cascade Cadets leading the Edgewood Mustangs by a score of 25-15. It's been a game in which Cascade started off with a few ball handling struggles early on. After scoring the first 3 points, Edgewood scored the next 6, but Cascade closed out the first half on a 11-1 run, and then after playing it even for the first few minutes of the second quarter, then ended the quarter with a 7-2 run, bringing us to our current score of 25-15. It's been a very balanced effort by Cascade. The leading scorer is Hallie Cansdale, who continued her recent dominance on the inside. She has 10 points, followed by Carly Gibbs with 6, Emma Parsons with 3, Juliana Schmidt with 3, and Bella Mahan with 3. Meanwhile, for the Edgewood Lady Mustangs, Kaylee Meyer leads the way with 6, followed by Taylor Minnick with 4, Trista Helms with 3, and Allie Spear with 2. So this is a game in which Cascade has a clear advantage, with size, especially with, Hallie Cansdale at 5'11", 2 inches taller than anybody who Edgewood has. And then also Carly Gibbs, an inch taller than anyone Edgewood has. So we have a clear advantage on the inside game. And then also Edgewood, a very young team, only 2 seniors while they have 4 freshmen. And the freshmen getting a good chunk of playing time tonight. So, this is a team that has been very good in this decade. 3 sectional championships, most recently in 2016. This is a program that will be back just having an off rebuilding year, and combined with a first-year head coach, under which there's always a learning curve. So, it's a game where, Cascade, after the shaky start with the ball handling, they've gone on to play very well. They haven't played extremely well, but they've played well, certainly overall better than they did in the Cardinal Ritter win. I'd give Cascade a B, maybe a B+ for their performance tonight. And they have done a much better job handling the press. Edgewood probably not quite as good a defensive team as is Cardinal Ritter, but they have played good pesky defense, and Cascade has handled it not perfectly, but a lot better than they did on Tuesday night. And what I want to see is, I want to see improvement. But, what I saw there in that game on Tuesday night was in that second quarter, that really changed my thinking a lot about this team. I know it's only one quarter, but that second quarter convinced me that this could be a winning team this season. It's the first time I believe that was, a reasonable possibility. And I remember in the post-game show of our sectional championship game lost to South Putnam last season, I said I thought we would win about 7 games this season. And that second quarter changed my thinking. The fact that we did not play very well in the third quarter and played pretty badly in the fourth quarter doesn't change that. I think, I've seen a lot of improvement in these girls, from game to game this season. But, knowing these girls as I do, one thing I've noticed for the most part in my 3 seasons of covering the Cascade girls is when they do badly at something in a game, they usually come out and get a lot better at it in the next game or two. And, we've seen that tonight. The ball handling has been better tonight. They haven't quite been taking care of the basketball like it's a newborn baby, but they've certainly been taking, decent care of it, which is an improvement. And, in an approximately 23-24 game season, the main thing that I want to see, especially with a young team like this, is improvement from game to game. Of course, you always want to see improvement, but I think especially when you have a lot of younger girls, we don't start a senior. And these are girls that, and Taylor Norris, a junior, out right now. Hopefully she'll be back, very soon. And that's another thing. I mean, if I had known that we would be without Taylor Norris this season, I would not believe we would be doing as well as we are. So, I mean, Carly had a few good moments off the bench last year, but she's done better overall than I thought. Bella has done much better than I thought. I thought Hallie would be a good varsity player eventually. I wasn't prepared for what she started to do the last 2 or 3 games. She had 15 against Cardinal Ritter. And remember, she's only a sophomore. And so, I think if she plays like this, she's going to get a pretty good scholarship by the time she's a senior. And so, if we keep on doing what we're doing, if we can get Carly and Bella to be consistent double-figure scorers and get a lot of, Bella's very much an outside player. Carly is sort of a hybrid. She's a good, pretty good shooter, but at 5'10", she's also good at taking it onto the inside, and she's done a pretty good job attacking the boards tonight as well. So if they can keep on getting, even 10 points a game or so, and then, that'll, command enough defensive attention that it will leave Hallie, with a lot less defensive attention, and especially she'll be very good at, getting a lot of those rebounds of our missed shots and putting them in. And against a lot of teams that we play, there's not going to be anybody, who is as strong on the inside as she is. So I really think Hallie is going to be a very dominant player over the next couple of seasons. And so I'm really pleasantly surprised by what she's done. And then Juliana, while she's still not contributing a lot offensively, I like the way she's attacking the boards as well. And what I'd like to see out of Emma, I'd like her to become more of a playmaker, be someone to just do a lot of distributing the ball to the others. But yeah, she's only a sophomore. She got some solid backup minutes behind Olivia Bryant last season. Olivia now is playing collegiately at Lincoln Trail College. And Emma, it's hard to tell, what her potential is, only being a sophomore. But if she becomes the playmaker, if she becomes roughly the playmaker that Olivia is, then, or at least 75% of it, then I think she's going to be able to get a lot of assists. And this nucleus, as much promise as they're showing now, I think next year they're going to be a sectional championship nucleus, sectional championship caliber nucleus. So we just have to, keep on doing what we're doing well, and then polishing what we're not doing well. But overall, we were playing better tonight than we did against Cardinal Ritter. Granted, against a lesser opponent, but, good execution is good execution no matter the opponent. And, we've gotten not great, but good execution tonight. Hopefully we'll close out with a, great second half here. So now, referee, as the final seconds tick off here, 6:38 your time of day. Final seconds tick off of the halftime clock. Cascade already on the floor, ready to go. And it looks like we're gonna, it looks like we're the starting five is in the lineup. Gibbs, Cansdale, Mahan, Parsons, and Schmidt. A starting five I'm starting to like more and more. So Emma guarded by Sherfield, the freshman. Inside to Halley, but it's knocked out of bounds to Edgewood. Now, we've got a good grip on this game, but what I don't want to see is complacency. So now, inside, nice job defensively by Cansdale. Turnaround jump shot, no good. Gibbs the rebound. She gives it up to Schmidt. Now gives it up to Parsons. Guarded by Sherfield. Gets it past midcourt. I like Emma's agility, and I like the way she switches directions a lot. Now to Cansdale at the top of the key, over to Parsons at the left perimeter. Now over to Gibbs, drives the baseline. And now pitches over to Schmidt, but it goes past her, out of bounds to Edgewood. 7:04 to go in the third quarter. Cascade leading 25-15. No scoring yet in the second half. This is the first half of a boys-girls varsity doubleheader. The boys teams from these two schools will play next. Also right here on audiosportsonline.com. So now drive to the basket. No good. Halley comes away with the rebound. That was Allie Spear there on the missed shot. So now Emma Parsons brings it up for Cascade, guarded by Sherfield. The freshman, giving a good defensive effort. Now Mahan with the ball over to Gibbs, over to Schmidt, inside to Cansdale, puts up the glass, and she hits it. So Hallie Cansdale with a game-high 12, opening the scoring here about a minute and 40 seconds into the second half, and Cascade now has a game-high 12-point lead. Now inside there to Kaylee Meyer, turns around, jump shot no good, Gibbs the rebound. Gives it up to Parsons, brings it past midcourt, and now drives, puts it up, no good after 3 or 4 bounces, and it goes out of bounds to Edgewood with 5:53 to go here in the third quarter. Cascade 27, Edgewood 15, the first game of a boys-girls doubleheader. Zoe Powell, a 5'6" freshman, coming in for Edgewood now. Again, the Lady Mustangs with 4 freshmen on the varsity roster versus only 2 seniors. So now Edgewood, taking its time. Look like they're trying, trying to get anything going on offense. They're having a hard time getting anybody open. Cascade playing very effectively in a 2-3 zone. So now Sherfield passes over to Minnick. Drives, puts it up, and she hits it. Minnick has 6 points, tying for the team lead. 4:44 to go now in the third quarter. Cascade still up by 10. And now a long three by Bella. No good off the side of the rim. Emma made a nice effort at the rebound, but it goes out of bounds to Edgewood. So now both Sherfield and Powell sitting down. And Mallory Love into the game for, Mallory Love and Allie Spear into the game for Edgewood. And now we got a foul here. First foul of the half by either team. It's on Parsons, only her first. And now Cascade comes away with it. Schmidt there with the ball. Brings it past midcourt. Guarded by Love. Now over to Cansdale at the right perimeter. And now Hallie dribbles. It's knocked away, and it's Helms takes it down and lays it in. Hallie probably not the best player to be dribbling, but still we got an 8-point lead. Now come on, let's not have any more, not let them have any more easy scores like that. So now Schmidt with the ball drives to the baseline and lays it in. Schmidt with 5 now. And Cascade goes back up by 10 with 3:32 to go here in the quarter. And now a steal there, and the loose ball, and Edgewood comes away with it. Bella was slow to get up, but she does get up and appears to be okay. Now a jump shot, no good, and fight over the rebound, and the possession arrow favors Edgewood. And now the ball goes out of bounds to Cascade. The Lady Cadets still with a 10-point lead. 3:09 to go here in the third quarter. Game 1 of a boys-girls doubleheader against Edgewood. Both teams have struggled offensively this season. Cascade averaging 40 points a game. Edgewood not quite as much at 35.5. Now the ball into Hallie. She puts it up, but it is blocked. I don't think she realized that Minnick was there. Now at the other end, short jump shot, no good. And nice save there on the rebound. Nearly went out of bounds. And now posting up on Hallie, turns around. And now loose ball here. And got a whistle with 2:36 to go. It's going to be against Cascade. It's going to be on Parsons, her third. So now Dixie Short coming in for Parsons. Yeah, Edgewood behind, averaging even fewer points a game than as Cascade. Edgewood averaging 35.5. And now mishandled ball goes out of bounds to Cascade. So the Lady Cadets have held even here in the quarter. Only 4 points by each team in the quarter. And now down court to Short, and she gives it out to Carly, and now we've got a timeout here. That's a Cascade timeout with 2:25 to go here in the third quarter. Cascade leading by 10. I like the timeout here. Probably Coach Carpenter just wanting to make sure those girls stay focused, understand this game is theirs. They got a 10-point lead. They don't need to do anything desperate. They just need to, play their game, and this one's theirs. But Cascade, they had some big struggles on offense early in the season, only 25 points against Covenant Christian. And 35 against Decatur Central, 33 against Tri-West. Didn't do a lot better offensively in their last two wins, 44 against Brown County, 42 against Cardinal Ritter, but they are certainly, they've made a moderate improvement, and they, like I said, they're finally starting to find, the three-point magic of Bella Mahan combined with the inside power of Hallie Cansdale. So Gibbs to inbound the ball, throws inside to Mahan, thinks about a three, gives it out to Carly behind the three-point line. Now inside to Hallie, now out to Bella for three, no good. And now there's a collision there between Bella and Minnick on the rebound attempt. That's against Bella, only her second, however. She fouled out early in the fourth quarter against Cardinal Ritter. That was a factor in it was a collapse. It just wasn't enough of a collapse to lose the game. So now inside, and now a lay-in by Spear. She has four now, cutting it to 8. 1:53 to go in the third quarter. Cascade doesn't have it clinched yet. So now Short with the ball. Over to Cansdale. Over to Gibbs. Now inside to Short. Pitches out to Schmidt for three. No good. And a rebound there by Sherfield. Brings it down. Drives between two players. However, no good. Schmidt gets the rebound to 1:24 to go. So Schmidt brings it up slowly, guarded by Spear. Gets it past midcourt behind the back dribble. And I'll tell you that I do give credit to Trista Helms. I'll hold that thought. Now Hallie with the ball. Trista Helms has really helped curb Hallie Cansdale's dominance in the second half. So now Carly gets it, drives the basket, and she lays it in. So Gibbs with 8, second on the team in scoring behind Hallie's 12. And it's a 31-21 game, back to double figures, under a minute to go. Now a three-pointer is good there. That was Sherfield. So, and now it's Steele there. And I don't like this. The lead's cut to 7 now. A baseline jumper is good, and it's a 5-point game suddenly. That's Meyer there. And now at the other end, Carly makes a heroic attempt, and now that was a foolish foul there on the rebound attempt. She should not have done that. She looked like she was aggressively trying to take the game over. Made a good move to the basket. Her layup was no good. She should not have committed that foul there. I think she just lost her composure there. Meyer, by the way, has a game-high 8 for Edgewood. So now Edgewood with a chance to make it a one-possession game going into the fourth quarter. 8 seconds to go now. Sherfield with the ball, holding it now. 4 seconds now, pass across court. Long shot at the buzzer by Meyer, and that's it, no good. So your Cascade Lady Cadets looks like they're going to raise our pulses in the fourth quarter again, but they do have the lead on this one. With 8 minutes to go, your score, Cascade 31, Edgewood 26. We'll be back after these words from our sponsors on audiosportsonline.com. The Cascade High School Athletic Department simply would not be able to operate without the financial support of our business partners. We would like to recognize and thank them for their generosity. The official health provider to the Cadets, Hendricks Regional Health, Diamond Partners, Bestway Drywall, and North Salem State Bank, Platinum Partners, Allen Irrigation Company, CJ's Pizza, Dunn Insurance Agency, Jill and Ian Bell's ExpertRealtors.net, and Global Construction Management, Silver Partners Electric Plus, Bassett Services Heating and Cooling, and Clean Sensation Auto Detail, and bronze partner Endeavor Communications. Thank you, business partners. Your support of the student athletes of Cascade High School is greatly appreciated. Well, back here at Clayton, we're about to start the fourth quarter of game one of our doubleheader with Cascade leading Edgewood in girls basketball action by a score of 31-26. It's a game in which Cascade has had a fairly comfortable lead for much of the game, but had a letdown there late in the quarter. And let Edgewood get back within striking distance. The Lady Mustangs, if they get a field goal, on this possession, they will make it a one-possession game. So now the referee handing the ball there to Spear. Gives it into Sherfield. And I'll tell you, these freshmen who are playing heavy minutes for Edgewood in this game, they're really going to benefit these next 3 years for having had this varsity experience so early, probably before they were ready in most cases. Although it looks like, Helms and Sherfield are holding their own. So now baseline jumper, air ball, and Carly the rebound. So now, come on, let's get start padding back onto the lead. So now Lauren Gutig, I believe in there for the first time tonight. She's a 5'7" freshman. Gives it over to Carly, drives the baseline, and she hits it, and she's fouled. Yes. So Gibbs now with 10 points, the second Lady Cadet to get into double figures. Hallie Cansdale leads all scorers with 12. There are no double-figure scores for Edgewood yet, and Carly's free throw is good. She completes the three-point play. She has 11. So now it's suddenly an 8-point lead again, a little more comfortable than 5. We haven't put this one, and now a high pass for Helms goes out of bounds to Cascade. So come on, let's get it back to double figures. What I was going to say earlier, Trista Helms has done a good job in curbing Hallie Cansdale's dominance on the inside. Hallie had 10 points in the first half, only 2 here in the second half, though she still leads all scorers. And now a steal attempt there by Spear goes out of bounds to Cascade with 6:56 to go in the game. Cascade trying to close it out. They have an 8-point lead. Stay tuned after this game for the boys teams from these two respective schools. And now a near steal, and it is a steal there, and uncontested layup is up and good there by Meyer, who has 10 points to lead Edgewood. First double-figure score for the Lady Mustangs, and it's a 6-point game. And now Carly not being very careful with her dribbling, not protecting the ball, but nevertheless she hangs on to it, gives it up to Emma near midcourt. Now over to Lauren Gutig at the left perimeter. Now down in the corner, and she travels. That was Dixie Short there on the travel there. Now Schmidt coming in for Short. So Edgewood with the ball, trailing by 6 with 6:17 to go here in the in the game. Sherfield with the ball. Gives it over now to Meyer. Near steal there. Now Meyer throws inside. However, it's deflected and goes out of bounds to Cascade. Yes. 5:50 to go. Cascade with the ball in a 6-point lead. Come on, girls. Eye of the Tiger. Let's just finish this one. And now they got a foul there against Edgewood on the inbounds pass. Foolish foul by Spear. That's her second, team second. Cascade did get into the bonus there in the first half. So Gibbs with the ball now. So now Lauren Gutig over to, and now inside to Gibbs, posts up, turned around, and she puts it in. Yes. Carly Gibbs with a game-high 13, overtaking Hallie Cansdale for the team lead, and the lead goes back up to 8, 5:14 to go. Things starting to look pretty good for Cascade in this one. And now a sloppy pass tipped over to Hallie, who gives it to Emma, who brings it past midcourt. Brings it up quickly, gives over to Carly for 3. She hit it! Yes, yes, yes! Carly Gibbs helping to put the game away. She has 16 now, and it's an 11-point lead. And now on the other end, no good, as Edgewood starting to look hurried, and drawing a foul on Cansdale. Who was that? That Sherfield scored, and drew the foul. So cutting the lead to single figures. Sherfield has a chance to cut it to 8, 4:46 to go. But nevertheless, I like what Carly has done here in the second half. This is the second most points she's ever scored in her career, 20 her high against Danville 4 games ago. Sherfield no good, and rebound goes out of bounds to Edgewood. Sounds like the bass guitarist is playing More Than a Feeling by Boston. Assuming he's a high school student, that song would predate his birth by somewhere in the neighborhood of 23, 24 years. But I like that, a good chunk of kids, of that generation are into the classic music of the 70s and 80s. So now Hallie gets the rebound there on that missed shot. Emma brings it up, 4:23 to go. Cascade with the ball and a 9-point lead. Edgewood is playing tough defense. Now Emma puts it up just past the free throw line. No good. And now Allie Spear brings it down at the top of the key now. Pitches over there to Sherfield. The freshman's had some good moments tonight. Edgewood not showing a lot of urgency. And now I think they're going to get Carly for the reach in there on Minnick. That's Carly's third. 3:56 to go in the game. Probably not a huge risk, with a 9-point lead, but still, she should not have committed that foul. And the last 2 fouls that she's committed were, especially the one on the rebound after she missed that layup, really were unnecessary. But we should pull this out. 9-point lead with under half a quarter to play in this game. However, don't go anywhere because the boys' game is coming up next, about 20 minutes after this one. This is the second of our 5 doubleheaders this season. The next one will be on the road a week from tonight at Owen Valley. I hope you will get out there in person to see that game, or at least join me on the air and help me celebrate my 48th birthday on that day. I specifically requested to commentate that doubleheader because, that's something that, figure, on my birthday, why not do, one of the things I love, the most in life, which is to watch sports and talk about it, and especially Cascade Cadet sports. So now back to action here. Sherfield with the ball. Edgewood not showing urgency despite a 9-point deficit. Cascade in a 2-3 zone. Sherfield pitches over. Now across court back to Sherfield. Now he pitches over. Now inside, and it is stolen, and Cascade's got it. That's Juliana Schmidt. Now, this is ours to lose now. 3:20 to go. Emma with the ball. Just, make them foul you. Now over to Hallie. Over to Parsons. And now it's tipped, however, and, Emma saves it. Good job. Standing near midcourt. Now over to Schmidt. And now it's Schmidt for 3. No good. Rebound by Helms. So under 3 minutes to play now, however, 2:45 to go. Sherfield with the ball. And again, Edgewood not showing a lot of urgency. Now, pass on the inside near Steele. And now Powell has it, pitches across court to Sherfield, thinks about a three, and now Edgewood takes timeout with 2:26 to go and a 9-point deficit. So Cascade trying to close in on their third consecutive win. It's been a little tougher than I thought it would be, although I will say Edgewood, I do laud them for being scrappy. They're still raw. You know, they play, you know, 4 freshmen who they've played tonight in important minutes. And, you know, they've handled it about as well as they reasonably could be expected to. So, you know, certainly this is a team, and you know, these two teams being rivals in the Western Indiana Conference, I don't know if we're going to continue the rivalry next year when Cascade joins the Indiana Crossroads Conference, but certainly this has been a good rivalry. You know, these two teams have generally played very competitively. Ellettsville, certainly a very lovely community down near Bloomington. So now Sherfield with the ball. And now a three-pointer there by Meyer. Air ball out of bounds. No, a nice save attempt, but it's still out of bounds to Cascade with 2:09 to go. So now Cascade with the ball, a 9-point lead, and just 2:09 to milk. So come on, girls, let's do it. So now Parsons with the ball, 1:53 to go. Over to Cansdale, to Schmidt, to Lauren Gutig now, over to Cansdale, to Gibbs. And now Gibbs drives to the basket, and there's a foul there. I think it's going to be a reach-in against Edgewood. 1:34 to go in the game. That's on Sherfield. That's her third, team third. Now Mahan coming in for Lauren Gutig. Mahan only 3 points tonight, but, you know, her presence, you know, hold that thought. And now a steal there on the inbounds pass. Speedy drive to the basket, and it's laid up and in there by Meyer, who has a team-high 12. So Edgewood still with the and now a steal there. Oh, I don't like the way we're getting sloppy here. And now Helms posting up, and we've got, but she travels. Boy, they could have made it a 2-possession game with a field goal there. Now come on, let's settle down. Take a timeout if you need to, Coach. So Carpenter, come on, and now we got a foul away from the ball there, as Mahan was knocked down. No, that's on Mahan. Excuse me. So now that's Mahan's third. So Bella with as many points as fouls tonight. 1:16 to go. So it will be Edgewood's ball. They trail by 7. And now drive to the basket, puts it up, no good. However, Edgewood controls the rebound, but they're not showing a lot of urgency. Trailing by 7 with 1:04 to go. Now inside to Helms, free throw line jumper, no good. And fight over the rebound. It is a jump ball. No, there's a foul on the rebound, excuse me. It looked like a jump ball to me, but it's going to be a foul against Edgewood. That's going to be on Helms, her second, team fourth. So, yeah, Edgewood actually with 50.1 seconds to go in the game. Edgewood is going to have to foul 3 more times to get Cascade to the line. So clearly Cascade now, this one's theirs to lose. I wish we had put it, we should have put it away a little earlier, but, you know. nevertheless, we've had far fewer breakdowns than we did against Cardinal Ritter. And hopefully, we'll manage to finish this one off and continue to improve. And we've shown moderate improvement in this game from last. So now that we've got we have 4 days till our next game here against Monrovia on Monday night, the last game of this 6-game homestand. I want to see even bigger improvement. I want us to improve more from that game to this game than we did from the last game to this one. So, it's all about continuing to get better and improve, from game to game, and just keep on doing your best. And now a reach in there against Minnick to stop the clock there with 46.9 seconds to go in the game, and Cascade by 7. And now another foul, this time by Spear. So now one more foul, and finally Cascade will go to shoot free throws. 44.2 seconds left in the game. Cascade up by 7. First game of a boys-girls doubleheader. And now they're being very lax in committing the foul. And finally they do, but they waste about 5 seconds there. 39 seconds left. And now Bella Mahan, only 3 points of this game, but she'll be going to the free throw line there. And that one goes against Spear. Excuse me, against Love. And no good on the free throws, so now Edgewood has to hurry. They need 3 scores here, but they're taking their time. And now a drive to the baseline. Wow, they're wasting a lot of time, much like Cardinal Ritter did late in the final seconds on Tuesday night. Finally shoot a 3, and it is good, cutting the lead to 4. Under 20 seconds to go now, so now they're going to have to foul immediately. They do. So Taylor Minnick cuts it to 4. She has 9 second high on the team. And it's 39-35. So 16 seconds to go. Wow, Edgewood wasted about 15 seconds in getting that shot. So now Bella Mahan, her first free throw is good. So she has 4 now. That makes it a 5-point game. Now even if she hits this one, it'll still only be a 2-possession game. So she hit them both, so Bella with 5 now. So 16 seconds to go. Edgewood has the ball with a 6-point deficit. Cascade takes a timeout. I like this timeout here. And so, hopefully the girls will just stay settled. And basically, as long as we don't give this one away, it should be ours. The game should have been put away already, but at the same time, this hasn't been an all-out disaster. I mean, I might need 2 hands to count our number of bad plays tonight, but I don't think I would use up every finger. Maybe 6 or 7 bad plays tonight. Certainly a lot fewer than we made against Cardinal Ritter. So Edgewood now, as long as they don't hit 2 threes, as long as we don't commit any silly fouls, this one's ours. Both teams in the bonus, but neither in the double bonus. So now Sherfield, and now Edgewood already using up a lot of time. And now Sherfield, and they're wasting a lot of time. Well, yeah, Cascade, Edgewood just blowing this game. Wow, why would you even take a 2? So anyway, that's the game here. So terrible clock management helps us close out the victory for the second game this week. And your Cascade Cadets get their 3rd consecutive win, recovering from that 0-6 start. They beat the Edgewood Lady Mustangs 41-35 in the first game of our boys-girls doubleheader. We'll be back with a recap And then we'll briefly sign off and start the boys broadcast after these final words from our sponsors on audiosportsonline.com. The Cascade High School Athletic Department simply would not be able to operate without the financial support of our business partners. We would like to recognize and thank them for their generosity. The official health provider to the cadets, Hendricks Regional Health, Diamond Partners, Best Way Drywall, the North Salem State Bank, Platinum Partners, Allen Irrigation Company, CJ's Pizza, Dunn Insurance Agency, Jill and Ian Bell's ExpertRealtors.net, and Global Construction Management, Silver Partners Electric Plus, Bassett Services Heating and Cooling, and Clean Sensation Auto Detail, and Bronze Partner Endeavor Communications. Thank you, business partners. Your support of the student athletes of Cascade High School is greatly appreciated. Well, back here at Clayton for a final time in this broadcast, but not a final time tonight, because in just a few minutes we will be starting our second broadcast of the evening, the boys' game. But first, a quick recap of the girls' game, which your Cascade Lady Cadets won over the Edgewood Lady Mustangs by a score of 41-35. It's a game in which Cascade mostly started off strong after a shaky first 3 or 4 minutes in which they trailed 6-3. They ran off an 11-1 run to close out the second quarter. It was 25-15 at the half. Then in the fourth quarter, Edgewood made a few good defensive plays. They started to have a little more success on offense. Got the got the lead as close as 4, but Cascade hit a few clutch free throws late, attacked the boards, and handled the ball fairly well, especially compared to our disastrous fourth quarter performance against Cardinal Ritter on Tuesday night. And finally, it was capped off. The win was sealed when the opposing team showed extremely poor clock management in the final seconds, when they still had an outside shot to get back in and take the lead or tie the game. So anyway, on Tuesday, they had about 12 seconds to go. Cardinal Ritter was down by 5 with about 12 seconds to go, and rather than shooting a quick 3 or even a quick 2, they didn't take a shot until there were about 3 or 4 seconds left, when it was much too late to make a difference. And tonight, Edgewood had 16 seconds to get 2 3-point shots, which is a long shot, but certainly very doable. And they waited around and didn't shoot until there were, I think, maybe 3 or 4 seconds left as well, again, when it was far too late. So a fundamental error by both teams, and then Cascade probably would have won both games anyway, but that helped them seal it. So anyway, look at the individual scoring for Cascade. First of all, Carly Gibbs was the hero tonight. She scored 16 points, the most she scored since her career-high 20 against Danville, followed by Hallie Cansdale, who scored 12. She was largely contained by freshman Trista Helms in the second half. However, she was excellent in the first half when she scored 10 of her points. So once again, Carly Gibbs with 16, Hallie Cansdale with 12. They were our 2 double-figure scorers. Then the other points all came from the other 3 starters: Juliana Schmidt with 5, Bella Mahan with 5, and Emma Parsons with 3. Meanwhile, for the Edgewood Lady Mustangs, Kaylee Meyer had 12. She was the only double-figure scorer for Edgewood. Taylor Minnick had 9. Trista Helms had 5. Carly Scherfeld had 5, and Allie Spear had 4. So 5 players scoring for each team. So in conclusion, this is a game in which Cascade partly improved what they needed to improve from the other night. The free throw shooting was a little better. The ball handling was a little better. We still have a long way to go in both categories, but we are going there. We're headed in that direction. I saw progress tonight. Hopefully there will be more progress, even more progress made, shown in the next game, Monrovia on Tuesday night right here at Clayton. But, it was a good balanced offense. Even though Bella only scored 5 tonight, including only 1 successful three-pointer, the fact that she had hit 8 in the last 2 games, I think really helped us a lot. I think she occupied enough attention, and I think sometimes when you're a great shooter, you don't have to score when you have a great reputation as a great shooter. Sometimes you don't have to score a lot of points to be effective. Sometimes your mere presence draws enough attention that it leaves the door open for other players such as Hallie and Carly, who are our two double-figure scorers tonight. So Bella, even though she only had 5, her presence contributed a lot more than that modest statistic indicates. So, overall, this was, I'd estimate this was a B- game by Cascade. The opponent wasn't great, but certainly the opponent was better than their record, Edgewood entering at 2-8. Although only their deficit per game only about 12 points, which is not too bad, especially for a team this young. Certainly a team that's going to be a lot better a year from now when, and really these 4 freshmen, it's going to be a treat for me as a commentator to watch them, over the next 3 years and see how they develop. Certainly I've been seeing that with Avon the last couple of years, the way their young nucleus has developed, that they're now a ranked Class 6A team. So, this was not a spectacular win, but a good win. Certainly it's good that the Lady Cadets are getting some momentum. I'm sure it's good for morale. 3-6 feels a lot better than 0-6. And, as long as we keep on, improving from game to game, as I've seen us do during this, homestand, I think, we still have a shot to have a winning season. And it's hard to imagine anybody taking down Cloverdale in our sectional, but if we keep on improving, game to game, and, who knows, maybe Hallie Cansdale will be able to bang with Tori Combs of Cloverdale by the time we get to the tournament, and we'll be able, to be competitive against the Lady Clovers, who right now looks like the easy favorite to win the sectional. And like I said, if we can get Bella and Carly to get consistent double-figure games, that'll leave a lot of that'll leave Hallie open for a lot of easy shots, and really help her to continue to be a dominant inside player like she started to be the last 2 or 3 games. And then if we can get Emma to be more of a playmaker, and if Juliana can keep attacking the boards, and even if we can start getting a little more offense from her, even 6 points a game or so, I think that this starting 5 can do a lot of great things. And hopefully we'll start to get some more good minutes off the bench from players such as Liz Gutig, and Lauren Gutig, although hopefully Liz will be back from that knee injury as well. And then obviously anybody else who contributes off the bench. Dixie Short's done some good things, and Taylor Mays, the other senior, hopefully she'll have some good minutes off the bench this year. Maddie Mays, a 5'5" sophomore, hasn't played much. And then, if we get Taylor Norris back and giving us some good minutes, I think this can be a good team this season. And while I don't think we're going to be a sectional championship contender, I don't want to put any limits on these girls, either. And I think that they certainly have the chance to be, I have no doubt at the rate they're going that they will be a sectional championship contender next year. So as long as they stay focused and keep on polishing, their rough edges as they've been doing a little bit at a time over these last 4 games, I think, we're going to have a lot more wins this season. And, but like I said, as long as we keep on showing the improvement and give a great effort for all 32 minutes with the eye of the tiger, then, these girls are going to continue to make us proud. So anyway, next up for the Cascade Lady Cadets are the Monrovia Bulldogs. They're a team that we've pretty well gotten the better of in recent years, and most recently beating them in the second round of the in the semifinal of the sectional last year. They are in their 3rd season of rebounding under head coach Kevin Rounds. They got 9 wins each of the first 2 seasons. They currently have a record of 3-6 going into tonight's game at Speedway. So, and they also play, they also play at home tomorrow afternoon against Southmont. So they might have a little more fatigue than we do by the time we meet on Tuesday. Regardless, it should be should be an easy win. 2 of the 3 Monrovia wins came against 1A teams, Greenwood Christian and Eminence, and then they had a 5-point win over another 2A team, Park Tudor. So, and they lost to Cardinal Ritter by who looks like they're our only common opponent. Cardinal Ritter beat Monrovia by 15. We beat Cardinal Ritter by 3. So we should get that game without too much trouble. And Monrovia, a team that will be our conference rival next year in the ICC. Currently, we're playing them in a non-conference. We're playing them as a non-conference team. They only have 1 double-figure scorer, by the way. That is senior Michaela Swafford, who averages 14 points as well as a team-high 2.2 steals a game. So, and they average 38.7 points a game. Edgewood averaged 35.5 coming into tonight. So, obviously, as long as we play our A game, or we should be fine. And even though we won with our by my estimation our B minus game tonight, I want us to close out this homestand by playing our A game and just getting in the habit of doing that every night. It's nice to win when you play your B or C game, but it's even nicer to win with your A game. And when you play your A game, even when you lose, it's still something to feel good about. So, anyway, whether you win or lose, sometimes it depends largely on the opponent you play. You can't control how good your opponent is. You just can control how well you do things. So, you just got to keep on, polishing up our rough edges and getting in good habits and getting in the habit of treating the basketball like a newborn baby and bringing our A game every night. So once again, your final score here tonight in the first game of our doubleheader: Cascade 41, Edgewood 35. That's the girls' game, of course. Now we're going to start the boys' game in just a few minutes. So I'm going to sign off here, and then I'll be back with the broadcast in about 3 minutes or so. And until then, for audiosportsonline.com, this is Lec Zorn reminding you there is a difference only you can make.